Right now, Iran is getting bombarded by Israel and the US, while one of its most powerful allies, Hezbollah, is simply standing down and refusing to come to their help. Okay, now why is that? Welcome to Buried Origins. Today we'll try answering exactly that, so let's get into it. Right off the bat, Hezbollah is a Lebanese group that once had a very powerful military and was one of Israel's main threats for decades, sitting just on Israel's northern border. Hezbollah was founded with the help of Iran and has been armed and funded by Iran for decades, as it's Iran's primary defense against Israel and deterrent against an Israeli attack, as it's been well understood that if Israel ever attacked Iran, then Hezbollah would attack Israel. And Hezbollah once had an incredibly threatening arsenal of over 100,000 missiles and rockets, and what was seen as a formidable fighting force on the ground. But any full-scale engagement between Israel and Hezbollah was always predicted to be extremely bloody. They fought two wars before, once in the 80s and 90s, and again in 2006. But in neither case was either side so successful that they really wanted another war. But when Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th, 2023, it caused a series of events which ended up with Israel and Hezbollah starting their third war in September 2024. And that war was drastically different than the other two. That's because it was shockingly one-sided. Essentially, all Israel did was devastate Hezbollah. It made the preconception of Hezbollah as a scary military power completely laughable in hindsight. The fighting began when Hezbollah started launching rockets and missiles into Israel after the Hamas attacks in solidarity with Hamas. But the real fighting began essentially a year after the October 7th, 2023 attacks, when Israel launched the infamous pager attacks on Hezbollah. When they blew up thousands of pagers Hezbollah had been using for communications, and then began a decapitation campaign, going after Hezbollah's commanders with incredible success and efficiency, showing that Israel has significant infiltration of the group. They assassinated the overall leader of Hezbollah, as well as essentially every other senior commander, and a large part of their middle-ranking commanders as well. Hezbollah's massive missile arsenal was mostly destroyed on the ground by an incredibly effective Israeli air campaign, which was followed up by an Israeli invasion on the ground into Lebanon on October 1st, 2024. And within 2 months, Hezbollah was waving a white flag to surrender. So the two struck a ceasefire agreement, which was essentially a full surrender for Hezbollah, as it agreed to stop attacking Israel and withdraw its forces from the border. The fight left Hezbollah completely devastated. It lost nearly its entire command, and its main weapon against Israel, its missiles, were essentially taken off the board. So when Israel went to war with Iran a week ago, Hezbollah just said that its thoughts and prayers were with Iran. It condemned the Israeli attacks, but went to extensive lengths to emphasize that it wasn't joining the fight. And that's because now it knows that any fight with Israel is definitely a fight it's going to lose. So now that the US has attacked Iran, essentially everything could change. Potentially all of Iran's proxies in the region could start attacking Israel and the US, but we have no way of determining how probable that is, and so it's really difficult to predict the future. Maybe Hezbollah uses the very last of its missile arsenal on Israel, while the Israeli Air Force is fully preoccupied with Iran. But with how well the Israeli campaign is going against Iran right now, and how well it went against Hezbollah just 8 months ago, it seems that that would definitely be a losing fight. And Hezbollah is still in a state of damage control, attempting to cling on to its political power in Lebanon while the other parties there see it as weak. So beginning a fight that they almost certainly will lose doesn't seem the most rational. And the group has been quite calculated when it comes to its decision-making in the past. So that's essentially why one of Iran's most fearsome allies is just standing on the sidelines while Iran gets bombarded. Well, I hope you enjoyed that brief story. If you did, please share and subscribe. See ya.